Okay, that's better than like, 7 minutes. Stop. There's so many like I'm not even gonna acknowledge them. That's what we're not gonna do. Did I turn the mic on? Okay, yeah, I did. Oh, I thought it was saying it was off. Oh, that would have been something. That would have been something. Of course, I could have just switched it on, but that's not the point here. Can you leave? I'm not playing with you. Okay, hold up. Don't play me. Don't play me. Anyway, I hope you can see me. I'm not moving side to side or nothing. Surprisingly, I still have this food to eat. Um, the Lord blessed me with something to do instead of eat the food that I just got. So it's still kind of like warm in its own way. I don't really care because I've gotten used to eating cold food, but like eating hot food really is a luxury that, you know, it wasn't really like the hottest in the world to like begin with because I had to walk back and whatnot. And before I even turned on the camera, anyway, so this will be the second part. I don't know if there will be a third part, but we did wait just so that we could film this. Oh, is that a fork? Oh, thank the Lord. I didn't know there was a fork. I was kind of hoping there was a fork. Kinda. I was hoping there was a fork. Um, yeah, so I had just tried one of the chips with the bean and the little bit of the cheese. It kind of tasted a little bit like Carnation baby milk. Like, that's all I could say. But that's just like an aspect of it. So like it's not nasty. That is a terrible way to explain it because it's not nasty, but I haven't tasted any rest of it, so shall we? So right now we're tasting the I like that pico way better than the pico that's in the thing. That's interesting to me. I had tasted a piece of the chicken as the camera went off. I really liked the chicken. It was good. My avocado may be a little less green than it was when I first started, but underneath it is green. I don't really care about green avocado. Like if it's like really green, like everybody, like people freak out. I actually like avocados to be a little bit less than fresh because I feel like that gives it less firmness, like way less firmness. And that does depend on what it's being used on. However, if it's a little too brown, then it doesn't taste right as well. So, happy medium. I like it. I understand it. I don't know how to explain that. Now for the beans. And yes, this is how I eat my food, to be honest with you. I like the beans. I like the beans. They're not extra. They're not extra. I don't like when people put beans. Oh yeah, beans and rice. Well, I like rice. That's not what I mean. But I mean like I don't like when people put beans in something, but they don't put salt in the beans to like when they cook it. That's good. But like they want to, they want to substitute the meat that they should have put in it with those beans. So put salt in those beans so that I can enjoy my food. Anyway, I'm gonna eat this chip. That one tasted better than what when I ate it the first time. It was a more wholesome flavor, and I understand it now. Oh, good. It's good, and I like it. Okay. After I get finished tasting like the individual flavors, including the sauces that you saw me taste already, because that in turn makes sure that I don't put something on my food that I'm just genuinely not about to eat. I'm not trying to ruin my food. That's cute. Um, we do have this taco right here. that I haven't eaten it yet. Okay, what is cup? That's a shame. That is a shame. I took like 3 years of Spanish. That's good. That's gonna be good. Do I take a bite of it? I kind of didn't want to mess up the order in which I'm gonna eat these foods. I love it. I'm not putting too much of the salsa roja on it. I don't want to put that back where I found it because then it'll drip on my pants through the table. And that's just not what we're here for, ever. I didn't want all the juice from the pico. Yeah, that looks so different. Not really so different, but like different enough for me to notice that it's different from the pico that they put in the thing. So that's good. I normally like to try to taste it without putting like any extra sauce. Like I put the pico on it already, but we've also put the red sauce on it. So I think I'll try it before I put the green sauce on it, because I like to put all my sauces on everything. But I also like to find out what each sauce gives. If you don't get away, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. It's I wanted to let it soak in there. That's why we were doing this early on. It's not giving me life. It's just not giving me life. But it's better on, the taco than not. So that, we gave it life. That's what it's for, right? That's great. So moving on. Moving on. Look at all the condensation on this cup because it's been waiting for me to drink anything. I took a sip. I'm actually impressing myself in the way that we have been patient in eating this, because we love our food and we eat like monsters. And I love it. So like I don't feel the need to change it. But I've definitely I don't know what to pour this on. I said I was going to mix it with the pico, so I want to see what it tastes like with just the pico. And then we'll figure it out from there. So I'm going to use this on the whole thing because that's kind of the point for me. I'm going to do it. But I like variety. I like change. I like to see what's going to happen in my plate. And I like to see what different flavors taste like. So I'm just mixing it a little bit in the pico. One would probably let it set. Itadakimasu. I meant to say that before I started even eating. I said it in my head, but it's been so long. It's good. The way it hits, whatever. The way it hits the back of my throat, it makes me just go, like, I can't think of another way to do that. Oh, we have extra chips. That's what I wanted to try. I wanted to try the chip by itself, but a bean came up on it. Because it matters. I'm gonna dip this. It's better. I feel like I'm gonna just call it the red sauce, but it is the salsa roja. That is the correct way to say it. but it tastes way better with the pico de gallo and the salsa mixed. I like that. Yeah, definitely. Ooh, a part of a tree. Praise the Lord, you eat out in nature. Expect a little bit of nature. I ain't mad at it, but you can't see it and then you do, and that's the annoying part. It's like you don't know you're about to be under attack. The perfect assassins. I didn't mean to do that. But you know what? Birds will like that for sure. Okay. Now I'm putting the green sauce on my nachos. On my nachos. I'ma get all of that in my nachos. Next is the salsa roja. No, get the napkins. Don't mess up the napkins. You know you're gonna need the napkins. Hey. Now, I like to put the more like impacting sauce on top. What does guacamole taste like with avocado sauce? The way the spice be hitting my throat. Like you feel like it's not going to, and then it does. I like it. That was an interesting taste. Let's try some chicken in it. Okay. Okay. It was good with the piece of chicken. The guacamole, I feel like needs more life, like in it, just in general. Like I don't know, like salt. It has a decent amount of salt. I get that people don't really like to put too much salt in things because naturally people don't eat a lot of salt. Which is someone that likes flavor. I don't like too salty things, but I can easily make things a little too salty, so I balance it out by pairing it with something that may need a little bit more salt, so together the dish comes together. So I understand because my mom needs things that are low sodium, but I can't say that I agree in general. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not going to lie. Can you leave? Can you leave? I'm not playing with you. Right. All right. So, moving on. Now that we got through all the individualities, now we're about to get all up in this. And I am excited for that. So, and I don't think I might eat this whole thing on camera. I really wanted to watch anime. Not an anime has been watched, but I really wanted to challenge myself. And God really like kept me on that because I was gonna eat this food. I was gonna eat it. But the Lord challenged me, and I accepted the challenge because I was like, you can't expect your life to change if you don't continuously put that energy into it. And yeah, it would be maybe more fulfilling for me in my own way to like, you can't even see me no more. To watch anime, and can you get out of my face? This fly came out of nowhere right before I put the camera on, and it's rude. But yeah, I could have just eaten the food and not really dealt with it too much because of like I would have been really happy eating this daggone food, watching anime. Why wouldn't I? However, this is content in itself. People film themselves eating food all the time, so I was actually gonna eat that like right now. It's going in my mouth. So God was just like, you are an influencer. Just do it. Because I don't like doing things that don't matter to me. But food does matter. And also, like, excuse me, when you mukbangs, mukbang. It's not even really a mukbang, but you know, when you eat something, you just talk about stuff. It don't really matter. Especially because I am a fairly attractive eater by nature. Like, Georgie likes to watch me eat because I'll be eating and like the food just like I'm a strategic eater. I'll be like, that goes with that, blah blah blah, and monster, just clean it up, right? Stop. My backpack is behind the camera, holding it up, and like there's just like this little fly spider thing everywhere. Stop. But yeah, he likes to watch me eat. And then afterwards, there's like nothing on my face, and I just do a look. Or sometimes there'll be a cute little, and he's like, yeah. He's such a cute boy. It really sucks that nobody gets to see who he is. It really does. But, right, let's talk about freaking relationships. About to eat this food, that's what my relationship with this food. I was gonna say my relationship with me, but my relationship with this food. You ain't got no reason to be over here. There's so many things you can fly on right now. I think that's what really irks me about things. It's like, you don't need to be over here. If I had wings, like physically, I would not. You would not catch me here. You would not catch me here. Especially where I could like probably eat other foods for free. I guess that's how animals die too. But like I would be the hunter. So I'm gonna eat it. He will be appreciated. Praise the Lord. I found out that pork is unclean to, like in the Bible, it's just like you can't eat the swine. That's a pig, right? That's the same. That's a pig, right? That's not a type of pig, right? That is a pig. That's what swines are, pigs. But I love pork. I was gonna say pigs. I was gonna say pork, but I love bacon. Oh, I should have asked for bacon on this. We were looking on the website and we were like, they got bacon here. Oh well. And I'm sure snails are actually an abomination too. That's what they said. So the next question would be, it says that hares are also, like rabbit hares, they're also unclean. Is that the same as a regular rabbit? Like, is that the same thing? I really get confused about what is correct and what isn't, if that's what everybody else is trying to follow, you know what I mean? Picking and choosing. But then it's not right for everybody else to pick and choose. That doesn't make sense. If it resonates, it resonates. God is universal. Because I can't be no vegetarian no more. Tried it for 6 years. I liked it a lot. That was really the only reason I was able to like eat more fish. I'm not really talking about this, but the fact that I'm eating it like I am, this is good. I wanted to get a bowl because I knew I was gonna, whatever I got, I knew I was gonna destroy it. So, get a lot. Right, I'm like, who, me? It's funny because the jokes that I say, I'm not used to saying them out loud anymore because for obvious reasons. But, you know, I'm freaking hilarious. I'm funny as heck. I was gonna say as hell, but really, God is hilarious. He is funny as shit. I will say that. Like, sometimes he be saying stuff to me that, like, it's just so funny, and I'm just like, I cannot say that out loud! And I feel bad for laughing. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, there's this video, because I got like 507 minutes to eat and talk, but I'm not going to eat all of this on this daggone thing. I'm just happy that I was able to, like, share the flavors, because I feel like that's the most important part about what I eat, because whenever I do anything, I'm always, like, experimenting, like, what tastes like this with this and stuff. Hence the reason why I didn't wait until the end to eat the little taco, because I didn't want it to get left out. I didn't want it to feel left out. That's how you know you're an empath. That's how you know. I also hate that the stories that I plan not to tell because there's not really a reason to tell always end up coming out because it makes sense to tell them now. Because I was just like, that's how you know you're an empath. When you feel sorry for a taco about to be left out because you didn't finish eating the bigger meal to eat that, to try it, to share with the world that you ate it. And but it was funny. It's not funny, but it's funny because they knew the answer when they asked. Somebody asked me, you know, do you think of me in my DMs today? And I had to answer back to them something better than just no, because that's not completely true. I said, I think of you when we're interacting, like when we're having a conversation. But before I even said that, I was just like, it consists of me thinking about myself first, and then the things that I do with God, and then, excuse me, and then like my boyfriend, who I mentioned I had when I first met you in the first place. People like to conveniently forget that that's a thing, but I did put out on my live that I'm single, but I also clearly stated that it does not matter. It doesn't change anything. I'm trying to get this thing to get out of. There's a flying thing. I'm trying not to just make it a big deal, but if you're wondering, but like I had said that. I said like I think of him often, very often, because I think of him often, but like I wouldn't say that I think of him as often as maybe I used to, but that's actually a lie at the same time. It's more like he's just a part of my life where I think of him very often, but I don't want to put too much energy towards that situation because I know that it's not my move next. So, and then after that, if I'm thinking about anybody else, it would be the inner circle that isn't the inner circle anymore because they're very important to my heart. Like, you know, everybody has some type of importance in their own way to me, but it's not going to be what you want it to be honest. Like, you will feel like, you know, loved in my presence and stuff. But if we're acquaintances, we're acquaintances. And if we're not even acquaintances, then we're not even acquaintances. But I did say that we're acquaintances at best. So, like, I'm an empath, but, like, a bubble just flew by. That was cute. I like when I see bubbles because I feel like I haven't seen them since I was a kid. But, or in the younger days, should I say, because I remember seeing them somewhat soon before I started this journey, but I just do not see bubbles a lot, to the point that I forgot that. But yeah, like I don't know. I didn't want to say I have too much on my mind to be thinking about other people because that's not true. Other people are a part of my journey. Like, I see people every day, and I'm more likely to think about the person that I met in the bathroom the other day, or the people that I see around if I notice their energy in some type of way. Like, I'm caring in that way, but I don't get attached in certain situations because it doesn't make sense to him. You know what I mean? Especially when I'm honest about it. So, you know, yeah. But like the way I say things, since it's so honest, I'm like, I don't know how to be nicer about this, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it or beat around the bush with it. I'm going to say what I'm thinking. But, you know, no does mean no. I don't think about that person often. So I'm like, yeah, I'm an empath and I care for people and whatnot. But, you know, I'm going to cut you off with a very pointy ass sword, apparently. Like, I just, you know, and it wasn't even cutting off, but I don't know how he's going to take that. I have no idea. This video is over. I ran out of time. We'll just sit